This is Lee with 82 Gaming 12, and this is video 17, I believe, of my playthrough of Eylau 1807, which is the Battles of Napoleon Volume 1 from Sound of Drums. And the designer, Uwe Walentin. This is a company that's over in Switzerland, and their website, soundoddrumsgames.com. Go over there and check them out, see what they got. Got more than just this game here. And then give a shout out to Chessex. You can find out information about Chessex at chessex.com. And I've got this dice that I'm using that you could purchase specifically for this game. There's the French and then the Russian. You've got two of each, and it has the coat of arms. Okay, for the French, that's their standard. Be the standard for the Russians as well here. So, and of course, whatever is the last video, then we'll have a question for giveaway on these free dice sets. So that'll be explained in the last video. All right. So far, we've had 4 Russian activations and 5 French activations. So let's get back to it. The last activation in the last video was Joseph's cavalry, and these 2 units I needed to flip over. I didn't flip them over to tired. They were involved in a charge. They had charged, so they had to be flipped. So I just want to be sure I do that. That's one thing that I have a tendency to forget to do. So cavalry units that are flipped to their tired side cannot reaction charge. So you got to be fresh to reaction charge. You can still charge as a tired cavalry. There's a modifier that's going to be applied against you, so because you are tired. All right, so let's get started here. If you see these purple blocks, they don't come with the game. I use them for my own use. I'm just identifying where the army commanders are on the board. It helps for when you're thinking about giving orders, or when you're wanting to kind of gauge how far your army commander is from other commanders in giving orders, so forth. So all right, so the next cube that we draw out is a French cube. And so we've already moved the guard twice. I could move them again. They're just not going to be able to move very far. Especially the cavalry, they're going to be restricted by 4 movement points. So, or you're going to subtract 4 movement points from their original amount. So I really need to probably make use of probably maybe Klein's Dragoons. they're right here. So just so you know where they're at. So this is one of his, this is one. It's going to be the first Dragoons. So it's those units right there. They could look to cause havoc with Essen, who's right here. Possibly maybe cause some disturbance there. Let's see if I turn this light. This light that I have over here, it kind of just, sometimes it helps and sometimes it doesn't. Right now it's just right in my face, but it helps to lighten up so the map a little bit. Okay, so Klein is here with okay, one of the regiments. He's got one that, let's see, this one here has taken some hits, so it only has a strength of 3. So we really don't really want to get that one too involved. Let's move this one here. So we're going to activate Klein. So he's what, 1st Division Dragoons? Okay. He's got attack orders. So, and all of these are within range of his command, 4 hexes. So I'm going to move this one first. And at the beginning of their movement, well, they can turn to any vertex without spending any movement. Infantry and column can do the same thing. If they're in line, of course, they can turn 60 degrees, and any further than that costs them 1 movement. So, all right, so we got a movement of 7. So we go 1. Remember, there's snow, so the line of sight is 4 hexes. So I can keep track of the movement here, because I'll have to stop for a check for possible square. So we go 1, 2. Okay. So right there, this unit can see, got line of sight. So, but he's only got 1 strength point, so he's not able to go to square. So I think I'm going to leave that one to this unit here. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, but let's see. Let's go back here. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so when he gets to here, I don't think he'd be able to see. He could possibly see a part of him. So this unit here that has to decide if they want to go to square, and I believe they do, because I don't want to have my units getting these Essen doesn't want his units getting scattered. So this one can go ahead and form square. Okay. this unit can't see, of course. Now, so that was 1, 2, 3, and then we moved 4. So let me put this up here. This is just so I know how many movement points. So now this unit, 1, 2, 3, 4, they can go to square. This unit 1, 2, 3, 4, no. This unit here, 2, 3, no. This unit, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, that one could go to square. You're just better off going to square than risking being charged. So, all right, so 4, then we go 5. I've got to go slow here to give these units time to react. So trying to, let's see, let's move over here. Let's see if we can, if I pull back a little bit, we can see all of the units. Of course, I still have Klein back here. I don't have him in the picture. There, you can barely see him. This is Klein right here. Okay, so here's the one we're moving. Okay, so now 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So more 1, 2, 3. And you can say, well, he can't see him because of the square. Well, the square would tell him, hey, get into square. You know? Same thing with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's this guy? Okay, of course the artillery can't go to square. So pretty much everyone went to square. These guys didn't. Not yet, anyways. Okay, so yeah, I guess he's just going to stop right there. That one will. Okay. All right, so next I'm going to move this one here. He's going to turn, go 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, right there. Of course, that unit only has, that Russian unit only has 1 strength point, so he's not going to be able to go to square. Okay. And then we have, let's see. Klein, right there. He is going to come up here and hit these artillery units from the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then turn 5, 6. remember, you have to. It cost the French one extra movement point to enter adjacent to an enemy unit, and for the Prussians and Russians, it cost them 2. So, so we've got charge here, and then this unit here, I just want to move away, so there's opportunity fire. So they're going to fire black to the white there. So we've got a square, which the most can be fired out of there is 2 strength points, and that's times 1. Okay, and so that's 2. I believe we're going to have to get a 12 because we have the snow, which is -1. We don't have a positive modifier. And we rolled a 5, becomes a 4, so no effect. Okay. Alright, so they can move away. 1, 2, and then turn him. I'm just turning him there. Alright. So we're going to have defensive fire. Okay. So those guns got left alone. And now they're vulnerable. So there is no defensive fire here due to the fact that the guns are facing this direction, and these are the 2 front hexes. So, okay, over here, this unit in line only has 1 strength point. So that's going to be right here, the red firing at the green. Okay, so that's with a strength of 4, -1. Let's see. Okay, we got defensive fire +1, infantry defensive fire +1, snow -1, which is straight up. Well, we got an 8. I'm thinking 8's enough with a strength of only 4. Yeah, you gotta have at least a 9, so they missed. Okay, so now we do the charge. We'll go ahead and stay here with the red block here. So we've got this dragoon, and they've got a strength of 3. And these guys have a strength of only 1, the Russian. So, get the tally stick going here. Alright, so we've got 3 to 1. That's -2. Okay. Defender 3D, I believe they're still in the 3rd division, is still in attack mode. Okay. They're not elite or green, but they are Russian, so that's +1, so we're at -1. Okay. Not charged through the flank or rear. Okay, we go to the assaulting or the charging unit. No loss due to fire combat. They're not elite. They're not green. It wasn't short distance. But cavalry against infantry not square -4. So we're at a -5. And if I roll a 12, it's going to come down to a 7, which is going to be a failure to hold. So this unit here is going to be eliminated. They only have one left, and when you get a forced retreat due to cavalry charge, you lose 2 strength points, not just 1. So that unit is gone, and the Russians lose another great cube. So that's important. The loss of the cubes, which is the fatigue points. And this cavalry unit, of course, gets flipped over to its entire side, and it gets to advance into this hex. And it can basically turn however it wants. So of course, this guy could try to go to square. But he also has to roll to see if he's going to retreat, due to the fact that an adjacent friendly unit was eliminated. So okay, so let's we'll do that. You always roll for the stand rolls are done at the end of the activation. So I do have to roll. He does get to roll for if he wants to go to square. And it all comes down to, well, he'd have a better chance of holding if he was in square, but if he doesn't form square, he's going to be forced to retreat. If he doesn't stand, he's going to be forced to retreat. In both instances, he's going to lose strength points. So, all right, I'll do that at the end. I shouldn't have actually moved him in. Let's move him back there until this other's finished. Okay, so here we've got Klein with this unit that has a strength of 7. Okay, these guys have a strength of 6, so that's 1 to 1. Okay. So it's the blue here against the orange. So it's 7 to 6. That's 1 to 1. What do I do with my, well, there it is. Tally stick. may move this way, back a little bit, and want to pull back. Okay, so if we look at 1-to-1, there is no modifier on the odds for 1-to-1. Okay, then we move over here to defending unit. Okay, the defending unit is not elite or green, it's Russian, so they get a +1 right here. They're in defense order. The left wing artillery defend, so that means they get +2. So now we're at +3. Okay. They're not being charged more than 1 hex. They are being charged through their flank, so that's -2. So now we're at +1. Okay, and we have artillery alone in the hex is -5. So now we're at -4. Okay, for the charging unit, they didn't lose any for fire combat. They're not elite, they're not green, it wasn't short distance. So these others don't apply. They're not fatigued or uphill or heavy cavalry against other cavalries. But the leader is present. And so Klein is going to add, or subtract 2 due to the die. That's his purple. It's the white number in the purple circle. So he modifies the combat by 2. So now we've got a -6. Now, do I need to roll? No, because if I roll a 12, it's going to be a 6. Okay. Well, you have to have higher than 8 to stand. So both those cavalry units artillery units, both of these horse artillery units are eliminated. They're captured, guns are spiked, whatever. So that's just two more that are gone. I think that's all of the left wing artillery. I think that's it. So we could basically take that off the map or order chart. And that's 2 cubes, 2 of these gray cubes that the Russians lose. Okay, so let's move this here. Now's when I can move units in. Okay, advance after combat. And so there's not any Russian units nearby that would have to check for to stand. Okay, I have to put this unit over to its tired side. And then here, this unit here would advance. And this is where I have to check this, these guys have to check to either they can go to square or attempt to go to square. And I think they're going to. So, so we got -2 for the unit, adjacent unit being eliminated. They're Russians, so that's +1, so we're at -1. Enemy cavalry within 3 hexes is -2, so now we're at -3. So, no, let's see. No, I'm trying to do square roll first. So the distance is adjacent, so that's -3. So I have to get an 8 or more, which means I'd have to get a 12. I would just rather just don't risk the square because you're probably not going to pass that because they're adjacent. And you're going to lose a strength point, and then you're going to be forced to retreat, possibly on the stand roll. So just do the stand roll, and don't try to go to square. So as I said, the stand roll is +1 for Russian, -2 because adjacent to friendly unit eliminated. So now we're at -1. Enemy cavalry within 3 hexes, -2. So we're at -3. And we have to get higher than a 6. So you got a better chance of holding there. Okay, I rolled a 9. And so they didn't stand. Okay, it's got to be higher than a 6. And they rolled a 9. I subtract 3, becomes a 6. So they will lose a step, and then they have to retreat. They're going to lose. And let's see here. Okay, it doesn't say if cavalry are adjacent, they would lose 2. So, okay, it's just, hey, this is off of this is not off because of a charge. It's your morale broke down. So they're going to go 2 hexes. So 1, 2. He's going to turn like this. Okay, so that took care of that. So that was a why did I move this guy adjacent to this? I don't know. Shouldn't have. These guys are 3rd Division. They're not part of 1st. Okay. This guy didn't charge. Charge. And this guy charged. Okay. Alright, so that takes care of Klein. So that was that activation. That's a good I guess activation for cavalry and how that operates. So now we would go to the next cube, and it's another French cube. So I believe this will be the 3rd cube in a row for the French. And let's see here. We have De Hapul, and his cuirassiers. That's his heavy cavalry that really you want to use against other cavalry because they get that positive modifier. But I don't have any heavy cavalry available. So, I mean, I don't have any cavalry to oppose it nearby. I guess I should have sent them over over against Korth. Back over there, back over here. That's probably what I should have done. I could have also challenged lay a stock. The stock coming in and challenged his cavalry, but I didn't do that. So okay. Let's see what we want to do here. I do have Davout that I want to start getting activated. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 5 blues, 5 greens, and 1 red. So after this activation, so all right, let's do something over here. Let's start pressing with Moran's division. So we're going to place, or we're going to activate Moran and see what we can get happening. So okay, so that's going to be 1st Division of 3rd Corps. They have attack orders. So the first thing is I want to move this unit here, here. And so moving into the woods is a +1, or it costs 2 movement points. So we got to go uphill. So that's going to end up being 3 to right there. 3, 4, because he moved adjacent. 3, 4 adjacent to this unit. And then of course this unit can fall back, which it does. And I believe when they fall back, you can keep moving against those Cossacks. Yeah, so the moving unit can keep moving if they have available movement. But of course, let's see, we went from here to here, so that cost us 3, 4. We only have 1 left, so we can't move here because that would cost us 2. So they're stuck there. However, one, 2. Of course, it's going to move back, and 1, 2, and then to move here will be 3, 4. Of course, this guy could move here. This guy can move here. Okay, and then we go 1, 2. Here. Okay, we're going to move this unit up 1, 2. This unit's going to, artillery unit's going to flip, which is limber, so that cost them 2. So they go 1. Can't move here because they would have to be able to unlimber since this unit's in line. And then here, same thing. This guy's moving up 1, 2. That. This artillery unit's going to unlimber. And he's actually at 7, so he could unlimber. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then he can move up there and unlimber. Okay. See here. All right. I'm going to have this unit here is just going to move up to here. This unit here is going to flip over. So that's 1 for formation change. 2, 3. So he's going to stack there with that. I think they were turned this way. Okay. And then here, this unit's going to turn over 1, 2, 3. Of course, it can't go there. This unit's going to flip over. That's 1. And then, of course, they're going to turn 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And then here, we've got these 2 units. Moran's going to move to there. They're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So that's their movement. Okay. Next cube is blue, which I can't draw blue. It's got to be a green or a red. Another blue, blue, green. All right, so we got a green. The Russians get to activate. Now you say, well, why couldn't I use the blue? Well, you can't have the same color drawn 3 times in a row. Good. So if you do, then or more than 3 times in a row. After that third time, that third activation in a row, either a red cube or the other color has to be drawn. So here we needed either the red cube or a Russian cube. So all right. Let's see, Doktorov, 7th Division, has a move order. So basically, I can move them into position. All right, so Doktorov is here in the center, and I need to put him in a position where he can support these artillery Now they can't move adjacent to an enemy unit. So I don't know that they're going to really be able to move much. So maybe I don't want to activate them. 8. Okay. What I'm going to do, I've decided, is to I think I'm going to pull back Baggy. Bagovat. So I'm going to use this cube on Bagovat. Now he has attack orders, so if I see a situation like, okay, these, or at least these two, let's slide over. Okay, so Bagovat has been over here fighting St. Hilaire's 1st Division and 4th Corps, and now kind of trying to hold off Davout's 1st Division. No, is that right? Yeah, 1st Division. Now he can try to exploit Klein coming in here and seeing how they're tired. They can't countercharge. So if I had any artillery right there, I could bring them up pretty much right up to them. So that's who I'm going to activate. But I'm going to have to. I've got to stop here. So we're going to pick up right here with the activation of Bagovat and his division. His division doesn't have a numeral, it's just Bagovat. So that's where we're going to pick up. This is the situation that we've got. Looking across here, we've got right here. We've got Lestock coming here. There's Korf. Okay. Here's Joseph sitting right there. And then we have Bessiers is moving some of his guard over here to help protect the flank, while other parts of the guard are in Eylau. Here's Napoleon. Desjardins is here with Ugaru. I've been pronouncing his name wrong. Ugaru. And there's Marat. And he's only got, Grouchy's the only cavalry that hasn't been activated yet. Dehapu has not, I guess, engaged anybody yet, but he's in a position to maybe try to take those guns there on that crest, the center reserve artillery. Bennington is back here, and Kaminsky is over here challenging Gudin. Pollen is here where free amp's at. Baggy's kind of trying to hold back St. Hilaire and Moran. And quite a few Russian units went into square based on the appearance of cavalry. So we're going to come back with Baggy doing some moving, possibly some attacking where he thinks he could get an advantage, or maybe here where Klein's exhausted cavalry are at. So come back, see what happens. We got a lot left to go on. This is still the 1 o'clock turn. We go all the way through the 7th, the 7 o'clock turn. So here's our order charts. The bottom here is the French and the top is the Russians, and that shows the fatigue cubes left. Black are worth 10, gray worth 1. And the French have had 7 activations and the Russians 4. So come back and see what Baggy does and what transpires in this hour. Thanks for your support, and don't forget to go check out Sound of Drums and Chessex.